Dennis Simpson, Mr. Ike Eisenhower, words you don't hear very often. Rates are going down.
True story. True story.
Brought to you by Jana Cook, Taylor Realty Group, 501-617-9747. Don't delay. Call Jana. Brought to you by M-Force Capital. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital, 501-922-9259. Your local professional in Hot Springs Village. And literally like your good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower, your State Farm agent. Your good neighbor is there, 501-984-4100. Dennis Simpson, Mr. Ike Eisenhower, words you don't hear very often. Rates are going down.
True story. True story. Last few years in the insurance industry, nationwide, particularly in Arkansas for like homeowners and so forth, rates have gone up substantially. But on the auto side, we're coming back down again. So
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, statewide, State Farm had a 10.1% rate decrease.
Really?
At the end of 2025, and are following it up with a 9% rate decrease.
Does everybody do that? I'm really curious. Do they? Do other companies do that?
Not everybody. I think we're kind of taking the lead in dropping rates. Mm-hmm. Here in Arkansas, I'm not seeing other companies that are doing that. But I wouldn't claim myself as an expert of what everybody else is doing out there. Well, but we're just in a position right now. We had a lot of expenses that soared in the last few years, like used cars, for instance.
Oh yeah.
After in COVID, you couldn't get new cars, so everybody's buying used cars. The price of used cars went up 40%, almost overnight. 40%. And so every time we're replacing a car, guess what? It costs us a lot more money. And so just things like that roll into the insurance premiums. The cost of body repairs and body shops. The shops were getting more and more expensive. So
I remember. It was astronomical.
Yeah. And they couldn't get labor. And so anyway, we ended up having to increase rates quite a bit. And they're coming back down again. So we found ourselves in a position where we can lower premiums again.
Well, let's talk about how this works. And I've had a friend that was an actuarial. He was an actuarial, ironically, from Maryland. And your health, my health, if you look at us as a mathematical equation, I've got this many more years, you've got this many more years. And Mike Rainwater, you see Rainwater, Sexton Holt all the time. I was their IT guy for over a decade. They're great guys. And I told Mike one time, I said, you can't put a price on a life. He said, we do every day.
Yeah.
We do it every day.
Absolutely.
And so do insurance companies.
Yeah.
But there's an actuarial that has a number assigned, and then they say, based on that number, here's how much your premiums are.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, right. And when it's life insurance, I mean, there's actually national mortality tables that a lot of companies use. Insurance premiums for auto and fire, different story, because everybody's exposure to risk is a little bit different. And so everybody's got their own actuaries trying to get an edge on everybody else's actuaries. And, you think now with AI, now instead of actuaries, well, let's try this. Now the AI is, well, why don't you, why don't you do this, and this, and they just roll it all into there. So one of the things that's helping us quite a bit is we went to a new policy last year. Instead of a few dozen rating points. Now we have over 200 rating points that is individual to the customer. And for 90% of customers, it's beneficial. And for the 10% of people who have the most claims, guess what?
They're actually paying their own way now.
A lot more, and then they end up going somewhere else, And so anyway, so that's part of the reason why we're able to lower rates. Another reason is, or another thing that helps us as State Farm, at State Farm, is that we have we're a mutual company, so we're owned by the customers. Okay,
really?
So we don't have a board of directors to answer to. So we're just.
I am a stockholder.
You are a stockholder, yeah, so to speak. I mean, there's no stock, but
sure.
you're an owner of the company as long as you have a company in State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance.
So Jana, another great sponsor here, Jana, don't delay, call Jana. She referred, because we're having all our sponsors work together. What a concept, great.
Yeah.
But she had one of her buyers that bought or that had already they had a home, but they were getting ready to buy and move. And she said, well, we don't really like our insurance company. What do we do? Janae said, call Ike, get apples to apples, right? If we are, yeah.
Yeah, relatively. There are some pretty big differences in homeowners policies.
Really?
Yeah.
Like deductible or what? I mean,
how they handle roof claims.
ooh.
Yeah, so there's companies out there now where if your roof is old, they depreciate it. So instead of $10,000, you might only get $6,000 or something like that. And that's just part of their basic 2025 to how they handle roof and basically wind and hail claims.
Yeah.
And so most of the companies went to higher deductibles for wind hail. And we did that. We went to a 1% deductible. So if you got a $300,000 house, your deductible is $3,000, 1% of that.
Yeah, but if you got $30,000 worth of roof on there, it's $3,000.
Yeah, we'll pay the other $27,000. We're not going to depreciate for that. So anyway, there are some companies. There are, like I say, there are some differences there. So that's, I don't know. We all do things different ways.
Sure. Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, so and while we're here,
Battery.
yeah, no, we got plenty of card and we got battery. Yeah, we're fine. So we've started with the price. We're down to, we haven't discussed discount providers. Is that okay? You want to talk about that, or how do you want to cover that one?
Discount providers, meaning
Geico and Progressive and all these guys. One thing that catches me, Ike, is that I don't see thousands of ads for State Farm. I see a few, but that little Geico guy, that little gecko is everywhere. And those Progressive guys, oh my Lord, I thought they were an ad agency. Is that all they do? Because they make thousands of ads. And they have, Geico had the cavemen, they had the little guy. I mean, they even had 2 or 3 mascots at a time.
They still do. But Progressive is kicking everybody in advertising right now. Yeah, I think they advertise like $8 billion a year.
$8 billion.
Yeah, we're like 1.5 or something like that.
Why would you? Are they just aggressive for more of the market, or is that?
They're getting very aggressive. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they're very aggressive right now. They're going after us in our number one position, and so that's why they're coming after us. State Farm, they do. Let's $1 to $2 billion or somewhere in that range in advertising. But they also know that they've got almost 20,000 agents out there, and we're advertising for them too out of our pockets.
Local versus national, right? Are there? I don't even know. Are there local Geico agents?
Yeah, Geico is sold by independents.
Okay.
And Progressive too, I believe. They both tend to be more online.
That's what I was saying.
1-800
across from the Sonic, as opposed to a 1-800 number that you call.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine, State Farm agent who passed away, but one of his things was Geico. Where do they live? Yeah.
Well, where's their street address? Where's their office at? Right.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So, how would you? Because we're talking about a significant discount. What would you encourage people to do to really get the most out of their auto dollar? How would you do that?
Autos, with the way it's priced now, it's so individualized. The biggest ways, most of your premium is going to be in your liability coverage and your comprehensive and collision coverage. And unless you want to raise deductibles on your comprehensive and collision, after a certain point, it doesn't really you don't save enough to make it worth it.
Huh.
And the liability coverage, you can try to save on liability by lowering your liability limits, but that's your most important coverage. So, I wouldn't recommend that. So it leaves you with not a lot of option. Homeowners, the best thing you can raise deductible with homeowners, and it does make sense. Okay, sure. But with autos, not as much. So one of the things we have is a drive safe and save program. So you put this beacon in your car, and it monitors your driving. So talk about individualized. I mean, that really individualizes it.
Is that why I don't get any discount on that?
Look, my drive safe and save scores are not the best, and it still saves me a lot of money. So,
really?
Yeah. So anyway.
So and by the way, I've got one outside my car, yours too, I'm sure. But it's a little bitty module of sorts. It's a beacon, you say.
Yeah.
And it's Bluetooth. You connect it to your phone, and it sees the miles that you drive, the places you go, all those kind of things.
Yep. Yeah, if you have the State Farm app in there, it'll track it through the app, and it's just a good app to have anyway. Just because
it really
if
is
you ever need your ID cards, your current ID cards are always on the app.
Not just that, but when I need a tow truck,
you get it that way. If you have a claim, you can interact with the claims office, pictures and whatever. You can do that through the app. It's a great app.
Let me share the claim part of the story real quick. Odd things happened to me and Diane, I promise. We were both in town. She was doing a lot of extra hours on taxes. And I came in and brought her dinner. And I said, okay, well, let's go downtown. We'll go through downtown. We've just passed Bathhouse Row. We're turning. We're right in front of the old, where the old Majestic was. And we're turning and going down that way. And I'm on the phone with her. And I said, honey, watch out. And she said, what? I said, there's a 6-point buck standing in the middle of the road. I don't mean running. I mean standing. I mean from me to you, Ike. I'm driving past and I'm like, okay. So I move over and I tell Diane, who I can see her headlights behind me, and I see this. And I'm like, oh boy. The deer ran literally right into the hood and then turned around into the side of her car. Now, this is a 2012 Lexus, okay? And a great little car. We put tons of miles on, not thought a thing about it. I called Joy. I said, hey, Joy, I got a claim. I got a dent in the side, whatever. And I go down to the auto body shop and I'm like, it'll be $4,000 or $5,000. I'm like, it's a 14-year-old car. Why am I doing this, right?
Crazy how expensive it is.
It is. And I said, I came down to Joy. I said, look, I'm just going to take it to the dent doctor or something, have this knocked out. It's not a big deal. It's not a new car, right? We don't have a note on it. Had a note in 6 years. And I said, oh, but then if I take that, then it won't be covered. And she said, no. You have a deer exclusion. I said, I have a what? What is this?
A deer exclusion.
Yeah, that if a deer runs into your car, it's a different kind of deductible.
Oh yeah, it's not an exclusion. It's I was about to say, like, yeah, we're going to pay for that.
Yeah,
it's handled under comprehensive and not collision. So collision is like you collide with something,
right?
Another car, building, sign, something like that. And comprehensive is what can happen to your car other than collision. So fire, theft, and hail, trees falling on the car, that kind of stuff. But one type of collision is covered under comprehensive, and that's animal collision. So a deer runs into your car, it's covered under comprehensive. And part of the reasoning behind that is that we don't count that against you as a chargeable accident. It's not your fault. The deer hit.
You didn't put a deer in the road and aim for him,
right? So I mean, you can't control it.
Yeah, but I mean,
most of the time.
And here's the deal. I know in the village and in this area, we see more deer strikes than Carter has little liver pills.
I mean, all the time. Yeah, especially you get to like deer season.
Yeah. They're flushing them out of the woods, and they're not comfortable in their regular places, so they come out to the roads and eat. And yeah.
Anyway, yep, absolutely. It's one of the most common vehicle claims we have is deer collision.
Well, if you want a discount on your car insurance, really, I'm surprised. Call 501-984-4100. Our friend Mr. Ike Eisenhower, literally your good neighbor. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Venues. We will. See you next time. Don't delay. Call Janae. Janae Cook, Taylor Realty, 501-617-9747. Whether you're buying, selling, or just considering. Oh, we don't need a realtor yet. Yes, you do. Don't delay. Call Janae. 501-617-9747. Call 501-922-9259. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital. She can offer a complimentary financial evaluation planning session just for you and your needs. Once again, 501-922-9259. And literally like your good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower, your State Farm agent. Your good neighbor is there. 501-984-4100. The Home Plate Cafe and Bakery. Great home cooking and an amazing bakery located just outside the gates of Hot Springs Village. 501-984-6969 or go through the drive-thru. The Midnight Tavern, Hot Springs Village only late night place that stays open till 2 a.m. Great music, amazing drinks, and Chef Jana cooking for you every night. At 110 Colella Drive, Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just across from the Shell Station. Call for information at 501-226-0078, 501-226-0078, or Check them out on Facebook with all the latest entertainment options.
KVRE at 92.9 and streaming worldwide on iHeartRadio. KVRE is your family-owned local hometown radio station, so be sure and tune in for live local programming, news, sports, and information every day at 92.9. HSV Radio. HSV Radio is heard every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or streaming on any of the major platforms. Hot Springs Village Radio is an eclectic mix of music, motivation, great music history, and Saturday morning fun. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. 92.9. D&D Village Properties. Hot Springs Village only short-term rental with over 2,100 five-star reviews. All properties are lakefront. They include complimentary kayaks, hot tub, pet-friendly, and a stunning view of the lake. Visit DD Village Prop today for your vacation getaway. Don't delay. Call Janae. Janae Cook, Taylor Realty, 501-617-9747. Whether you're buying, selling, or just considering. Oh, we don't need a realtor yet. Yes, you do. Don't delay. Call Janae. 501-617-9747. Call 501-922-9259. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital. She can offer a complimentary financial evaluation planning session just for you and your needs. Once again, 501-922-9259. Hot Springs Village Venues is brought to you by KVRE at 92.9 and streaming worldwide on iHeartRadio. KVRE is your family-owned local hometown radio station, so be sure and tune in for live local programming, news, sports, and information every day at 92.9. HSV Radio. HSV Radio is heard every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or streaming on any of the major platforms. Hot Springs Village Radio is an eclectic mix of music, motivation, great music history, and Saturday morning fun. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., 92.9. And brought to you by the Hot Springs Village Voice, Hot Springs Village only newspaper, also serving all of Saline and Garland County. Your local newspaper for local events. No one else has more local news than the Hot Springs Village Voice about the Hot Springs Village area. Sign up today at hsvvoice.com or call 501-623-6397. Again, that's 501-623-6397. Located at 3576 North Highway 7 in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just in front of Walmart. Brought to you by Gotta Go Vacations. www.gottagovacations.com. Troy Woods and Patrick Cunningham at 501-204-4805 can help you with any of your travel needs. Patrick and Troy have been airline stewards for decades, and their experience and their travel can serve you well. GottaGoVacations.com, again, that's GottaGoVacations.com, can help you book the perfect tour for you, whether it's a riverboat cruise up the Mississippi or the Rhine. These guys are who you need to call. 501-204-4805. Troy or Patrick, 501-204-4805. GottaGoVacations.com. D&D Village Properties. Hot Springs Village only short-term rental with over 2,100 five-star reviews. All properties are lakefront. They include complimentary kayaks, hot tub, pet-friendly, and a stunning view of the lake. Visit DD Village Prop today for your vacation getaway.